Hello, and welcome back to Numismatics with Kenny. Today's video features a foreign coin lot that I purchased for junk silver, or for spot. Here we go. Here is a 1925 Austrian half shilling. Next, we have a 1921 French Indochina 10 cents. Then we have an 1857 French 50 10 centime. Or 50 centimes. Then we have an 1871 A French 1 franc. Then we have a set in 1868 BB 1 French franc. And then in 1868 A 2 francs. This 2 francs is kind of worn though, but I only got it for silver value, so that was pretty good. Next I have a 1918 2 francs. I grade this around EF. Now we have an 1880 Chilean 20 centavos. Next we have a 1903 H Canadian 50 cent piece, which this has been cleaned before, but it's actually a harder to find date. And I wouldn't really know the date if the H under the wreath was invisible. Next we have a 1917 and a 1910 Canadian quarters. And 2 different obverse designs, the 1910 and then the 1917. And then next we have 2, but I'll only show one, 1912 25 cent coins from Canada. Both are around this condition. Next we have a 1919 Canadian 10 cent piece. Then move on to Great Britain. We have an 1888 1 shilling. Yes. Next we have an 1876 Great Britain 1 shilling, which I read that this is a little bit harder date to find in the series. Not overly rare, but a little bit scarcer than the common dates. Then we have an 1880 Great Britain 1 shilling of the same kind as the last one we showed. Then we have a 1928 Netherlands 25-cent piece. Then we have a 1935 10-cent piece. And we also have a two 1914 10-cent pieces. I'll only show the better condition one. Then next we have an 1896 Hungarian 1 krona. We have a 1911 Australian 1 shilling. And a 1943 Australian 1 shilling in very nice uncirculated condition. And then we have 1918 Australian 3 pence. It's a very small coin. And it's actually a little bit harder of a date to find in the Australian 3 pence series with this king on it. Then we have a 1963 Austrian 50 shilling. It's not the nicest commemorative Austrian coin based on the luster that this one has, but definitely it was worth picking up. Then next we have an 1876 B, a Zwei mark. From Prussia, a German state. Then we have an 1876 J of the same denomination, Zwei mark, but this is from Hamburg. Also not the nicest condition, but still very neat, as I didn't have either of those in my collection. Now here we are with an 1875A and 1876A German 1 marks. I'll show you the reverse and the obverse. Then we have an 1837 Hamburg 1 shilling with a hole at the top, sadly. And the dealer that I got all these coins from said that Hamburg coins are normally noticed and known with this castle. Not every single one, but a lot of them from this time period do have this castle on the back. Now we have a 1906 G half mark. Which does look, I can't tell if it was cleaned or if this is luster. But it's a nice piece with the detail. I normally don't find German half marks with this kind of detail. And here's a 1939 D2 Reichsmark. And then I got two 1964 Charlottetown and Quebec 100 anniversary Canadian dollars. Both very nice blasting proof-like pieces. Very nice pieces. Then we have an 1874 Italian 5 lira, which is a little bit conditionally challenged, but it was still a very nice piece. As again, I also don't have any of these in my collection other than this one. Next, we have a 1937 Netherlands 2.5 golden. And a 1979 French 50 francs. This one has very nice luster. And I do like this obverse design. And I saved the best for last. A 1950 Mexican 5 pesos celebrating a railroad. Most of the mintage of this coin, most of them were melted, and then they were made into the 1968 5 pesos Mexican commemoratives about the Olympics. And that's why the 1968 piece is so easy to find. And this one, this is probably one of the first ones I've seen in person. And I now own it. Thank you for viewing my video. Please like and subscribe to my channel and share my videos on any social media outlet you belong to. Thank you. Goodbye.